So, today's video is going to be kind of like a goal setting and how to make sure you achieve those goals. It's going to be that kind of video. And I'm going to kind of explain to you how to really get what you want out of life because we don't have time to just waste. Alright, so today we are going to set some SMART goals, and I want you to ask yourself, what do you want in the next year or month even? Is it a second job or a new job? Do you want to add 10 pounds of muscle, run a half marathon? What do you want? What do you want to do? I feel like those are all realistic goals for me personally that I could do. With a little bit of training, I could run a half marathon. If I ate more, I'm sure I could gain 10 pounds of muscle in a year. I did work a second job this summer, which was absolutely fantastic. I loved it, and I'm going to do the same thing next summer. So, now I'm going to go over the SMART framework. It is a framework for setting effective goals, and it ensures that you have the highest chance of actually achieving them because they're set in a smart way. Well, who would have guessed, right? All right. So SMART is an acronym, and it's an acronym: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. 5 things. The goal has to be specific because if you just say, "Oh, I want to gain more weight," or if you want, I just want to lose some weight," it's not measurable. If it isn't specific, then it's not measurable, and you can't see how far along. I guess this kind of goes for both of those two. It has to be specific, and so you clearly define what needs to be accomplished. Add 10 pounds of muscle, which will answer the what, why, and how of the goal. What? Add 10 pounds of muscle. Why? Because I want to have bigger muscles. And how? By going to the gym and eating more and working out. Fairly simple, right? Measurable. Now, if your goal isn't measurable, then you can't track your progress. And if you can track your progress, say, okay, I want to gain 10 pounds of muscle. We're just going to use that example for the entire thing. If you want to gain 10 pounds of muscle and you buy a scale and now you see, oh, I'm up 5 pounds. That gives you motivation. You see the results, gives you motivation to keep going to the gym, to keep eating eggs in the morning, to keep doing the things that will propel you towards your goal, right? That's fairly self-explanatory. Achievable. Now, this goal has to actually be achievable because if you know it's not achievable, oh, I want to make $1 million this week, and you work a job and it's a long shot, you aren't even working on a startup, it's not going to happen, and part of you will probably subconsciously know it's not going to happen, and it'll decrease your motivation to work. It'll decrease your, because you know it's not going to happen, right? So you subconsciously put less effort into it, so that when it fails, you can say, oh, I knew it was a long shot anyway, and you just give up, right? Relevant. The goal should be relevant, and it should align with your overall objectives in life, your values, your long-term goals, and they should contribute to your larger purpose, because that'll just help you. Because if it's relevant, add 10 pounds of muscle. If you're trying to be a bodybuilder, then that would be relevant. If you are someone who isn't really into weightlifting, maybe it's not as relevant for you. I'll go with a different one. I'll go with run a half marathon. If you don't really run and you don't really care about running, that wouldn't apply to you, I guess. But for me, I enjoy running. I'm trying to go for a run twice a week, between like 3 and 5K. Maybe I'll build it up and I'll go for another half marathon. I've gone for 2 half marathons, They were both pretty crazy. Anyway, it has to be something relevant to what you're trying to do. If you're on self-improvement, then it should be something related to self-improvement, right? Time bound, last one. It has a deadline. If it has a deadline, you can see, you start here, you track your progress, you can see how much longer you have to finish that goal. And failed goals aren't necessarily a bad thing either. If you set a SMART goal and you work really, really hard and you don't achieve the goal, it's okay. You can set that goal again and you can adjust. You can set a little bit less, or you can give yourself a bigger deadline. Don't make anything too crazy. Has to be achievable, right? But if you do fail a goal, it's okay. You don't have to be, oh, it's not the end of the world if you fail a goal. Just reset it, adjust it a bit, and get right back at it, right? Alright, so you set your goal. Now you need to figure out the steps you have to take in order to reach that goal. So if your goal is to run a half marathon, you can't just go out and run a half. I mean, I'm sure you could just go out and run a half marathon, but you might injure yourself doing that, or you might not be ready for it, right? So if you set a half marathon goal, maybe 2-3 months out, maybe 1 month, depends what kind of person you are. Anyway, then, okay, so I set this goal. Now I need to see, what do I have to incorporate into my week or month in order to reach that goal. So like if I set a half marathon goal, I would be going for runs 3 or 4 times a week, varying them from like 2K, 5K, maybe 10K every now and then. And then, yeah, build up your endurance for the run, build up your income, just keep building what it is you want to reach your goal. Just build it up, and eventually you'll be at your goal, or you'll reach the day where you go for that run, whatever. If you're unsure about something, just look it up. Like, Google is the most ultimate powerful tool that you could ever have, and it's right in your pocket. Smartphone, boom, Google it. Don't just give up on the first minor obstacle. Look up gyms in your area. Pick a gym, go there. Most gyms do a free trial. Get a free trial day or week or whatever. Get your free trial, and then, yeah, just buy a gym membership, buy some protein powder, creatine. Achieve your goals. Goals really aren't that hard to achieve. Actually, some might be, but eventually you'll get them. You'll reach them, right? Every goal is achievable to some person. Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate your support. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.